If you guys clicked on this video, most likely you have lost someone very close to you. And you know in your soul that you can still communicate with them. You don't know how you know, but you just know. This is because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And we have forgotten the things that we're trying to remember, which is no one ever really dies. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I lost the love of my life in 2023, November, to a single car crash. Before I lost him, I had no desire to connect with any past or loved ones. I had lost family and childhood friends, but I kind of just accepted that I lost them, and I just figured that I would see them one day again. I mean, I never put much thought into how. But when my boyfriend transitioned, he and I had such a deep spiritual bond before he transitioned that him just suddenly being gone and me having to accept that I'll see him again one day when I die, my soul just knew that something wasn't right there, because I knew that a connection that strong wouldn't just be brought to an end suddenly. So the day that he transitioned, within hours, I saw him in my room, and I was 10 hours away. Like, I had literally just found out, and I was away on a work assignment. So I got the news at 4 a.m. and I would say around 4:50 a.m. I saw his shadow, the shadow of his soul print in my hotel room. And after that, I felt him get in the bed and spoon me and just hold me. And it was the warmest embrace. And I just knew that it was him. Keep in mind, this is like an hour after I found out that he had transitioned. Now, in my book that I wrote, I get more in detail, more in depth about experiences leading up to before I knew anything happened. But I'm telling you guys this story so that you can understand vibrations and how they work. And I titled this video, How to Communicate with Your Past or Loved Ones, and told that story to give you guys a perspective on what signs really are. When I settled in to the news, I came to YouTube because I wanted to confirm what I knew in my soul, which was that there's no way I would never talk to him again. And people was talking about, signs and how you know that your loved one is around. And I saw people talking about dimes on the ground and pennies on the ground, feathers, butterflies, cardinals, things like that, which that's true. Those are signs. But I am here to tell you that signs are far more deeper and far more personal than butterflies and cardinals and dimes and pennies. Though I'm not minimizing those signs. That's my cat's hair on my shirt. I'm not minimizing those signs. I just want you to know, oftentimes people see loved ones that are on the other side as some unknown being once they transition over. It's like, okay, now they have passed away, so now they are this far away, forbidden spirit that I have to go through so much to connect with. Or if you see something weird going on in the house, you consider it as just a ghost or paranormal activity. But if you've ever really lost someone that you were close to, you know within your heart and your soul that that is your person. And I'm telling you something about our loved ones. Even though they are absent from the body, their personality remains the same. They're still the same person. They're just not in the shell of the body. So you don't have to see them as someone that's far away or some ghost. They're still your loved ones. And you can still talk to them and connect to them as you should talk to them and connect to them as if nothing has changed. Because the only difference is that they're not in the body and you can't physically see them. But if you take the time to actually address them as what they still are, you can connect with them and you'll receive all types of communications. It'll become so easy that they don't feel far away anymore. You just have to attune yourself to the frequency of love. And once you tune yourself to the frequency of love, which is not a frequency of desperation, which is easier said than done, because when your loved one is on the other side, you're desperate to hear from them or see them. But you have to tune your vibration to the frequency of love and acknowledge them and tell them that you're open to hear from them and treat them just like they're the regular person. They're not like a random ghost that you don't know. And before you know it, the communication and the signs will be undeniable. You may even feel them touch you. So, how to connect with your loved ones? Treat them as if they're still there, because they are. It's just a different frequency. Think about the radio. How when you get in your car, you turn it on. There's no wires, but the frequency connects. And the reason that is because of invisible sound waves. You can't see them, but they're there. And it takes attuning to the right frequency so that you can hear. So you have to understand how sound works, how frequencies work, and what humans are. But the easiest way, without getting too technical and too scientistish, whatever the word would be for that, just attune your body, attune your mind to the frequency of love, and the signs that you get, like I said, undeniable. It's deeper than numbers. It's different than animals and insects. It's deeper than feathers. It's deeper than pennies. Now, do know that your loved one is going to communicate with you on the level that you're open to receive them from. So the more you open your spiritual awareness and the more you open your mind and the more you elevate your frequency, meaning not using abusive substances, meaning learning how to balance out your energy, the more you'll be able to hear from them and see them. I hope this video has been helpful. Once again, I have a book that shares signs that I've gotten from my boyfriend since he's transitioned. And I'm actually writing a second book because I've gotten so many signs that I've lost count. Like, so many signs. And these signs are so... Let me share one with you. One night I was driving And I was just playing love songs to him, and I was talking to him. This is why he's on the other side, of course. I was playing love songs to him, and I was just talking to him, and I was like, I love you. You're awesome. Like, you are the best thing ever. Like, and I was just feeling love. I wasn't thinking about let me tune my frequency to love. I was just vibrating with love, giving him the love, like being thankful to God that I had a chance to experience someone so beautiful inside and out. And I was playing all of these love songs and I was singing it to him and I was just radiating love. And I told him, I said, you mean the world to me. And as soon as I said, you mean the world to me, I received a text message from a random number that said, you mean the world to me, immediately. And I wrote back and I said, who's this? And they said, oh, I got the wrong number. I'm sorry. I lost the bet. And the loser had to send a surprise text message. Now, first of all, this wrong number person came all the way from a California number, right? Which I don't know nobody that live in California and they don't know me. But there's a sign. Like you can't deny it. There's another sign where I was getting technical support from an Apple rep. And as the Apple rep was helping me before the call was over, I had a memory of when my late boyfriend told me, have a great rest of your day, Miss Jazz. And he was being like kind of, passive aggressive. He was kind of being like sarcastic when he told me that. So as the Apple rep was helping me, I had that memory in my head and I was chuckling. We were chatting on the phone, me and the Apple rep. So as she's chatting with me, I just randomly had that memory of him telling me that. And as soon as I said that, the Apple rep texted me because they was getting ready to get off the phone. And they were like, have a great rest of your day, Miss Jazz. As soon as I was having that memory, and I'm like, okay, I am for sure attuned to whatever frequency my late boyfriend is on right now, like wherever his frequency is, I'm attuned to it because I can talk to him this easy. So you have to tune in to your inner spiritual knowing. You have to know what you are. You have to truly know what you are. And once you attune yourself to that frequency, you can connect with your past over loved ones. And other things will start opening up to you as well. I can recall actually seeing a frequency before. I seen a frequency just randomly in the room. I saw a frequency. The real lines. There was another time where I was driving down the street and I suddenly saw the grid. I saw the grid of Earth, longitude and latitude lines as I was driving one night. I suddenly just seen the grid. And this is never me thinking to myself that I want to see or hear these things. This is not me setting the intention to hear anything, which setting intentions are good. But typically, when you're not trying and you're not wanting, but your subconscious is open, that is when your consciousness can tune to the frequency of what it is that you can't see in front of your face, but it's there. It's kind of like if you ever took a shroom and your intentions was to have a spiritual encounter, the missing ingredient of psilocybin, I think that's what it's called. That's the missing link in our brain that actually shows us things that are there that we can't see because it's blocked by distraction. You can actually have a psychedelic or shroom experience without taking shrooms or psychedelics just by attuning yourself to the correct frequency. So, I hope this has helped you to know that your loved ones are still here. You just can't see them. But I honestly believe that science is getting closer to being able to allow us to connect with our past over loved ones easier. Just think about how technology is right now, how you can literally FaceTime someone on a whole nother side of the world by a phone that don't have any wires, or how you can listen to the radio without any wires. You're just tuning to the frequency. And I looked into how a radio works, and I looked into the history of how a radio was actually made. And it said that a scientist accidentally discovered sound waves when he was sending electricity through a copper bar or something like that. And there was like another metal bar on the other side of the room that moved when he was holding another copper bar or something. And that's when he realized that he can send sounds through the frequency, something like that I read. But it's all frequencies. That's the best way I can explain it, because I'm still learning myself. But I can tell you guys that it's very real. It's very real. If you have more questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. But if you read my book, you will probably be blown away. It's a very short read. It's on Audible. I think you can get it on Audible. If you have a membership, it's probably free, or it might be like $2 on Audible. It's like a 30-minute listen. Or if you want a hard copy, it's on Amazon. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I delivered the message the way that I wanted to deliver it, because I've been trying to make this video over and over, and it's like I never have the right words to say. So yeah, have a good night.